For most of his life, Grandpa George was a quiet, reserved man. He lived in a small, modest home on the outskirts of town, and after his wife passed away, he spent most of his days in solitude. His children lived far away, and his friends had either moved or passed on. As the years went by, Grandpa's world grew smaller and smaller, and his loneliness became more profound. Every day felt the same long hours spent in an empty house, watching TV or reading the same old books. The phone rarely rang, and when it did, it was often just for a quick check-in. He used to tell us, "I'm just waiting for the days to pass." But something incredible happened when Grandpa turned 87. He went from a lonely senior to a community hero, someone who was loved and respected by everyone in town. His transformation didn't happen overnight, and it didn't involve any drastic changes. But what he did next completely changed his life and the lives of those around him. The turning point, a simple act of kindness. It all started with a small act of kindness. One winter, a massive snowstorm hit our town. The streets were covered in several inches of snow, and many of the elderly residents in our neighborhood were unable to clear their driveways or walkways. It was a cold, harsh winter, and Grandpa George, despite his age, noticed something that made him feel deeply troubled. His neighbors were struggling. One day, after the snow had piled up, Grandpa put on his thick winter coat, grabbed a shovel, and went outside. He didn't tell anyone, he didn't ask for help. He just started shoveling the snow from his neighbor's driveway. It was hard work, and by the time he finished one driveway, his back ached and his hands were numb from the cold. But there was something else that kept him going, the joy he felt in helping someone else. Grandpa didn't stop there. The next day, he cleared more driveways. By the end of the week, he had shoveled every driveway on his street, helping his elderly neighbors, the single mothers, and the young families who were struggling to keep up with the snow. It wasn't just about the shoveling, it was about being there for people when they needed it the most. The ripple effect, building connections. At first, no one knew who had been clearing the snow, but word quickly spread, and soon enough, neighbors started reaching out to Grandpa. One by one, they came over to thank him, bringing him food, offering to help with other tasks, and simply chatting with him. For the first time in years, Grandpa felt seen. His simple act of kindness sparked a chain reaction. The neighbors started looking out for one another more. People began offering rides, running errands for those who couldn't get out in the cold, and checking on each other regularly. Grandpa was no longer just a lonely man in a house. He had become the heart of the neighborhood, a source of inspiration for everyone around him. As the weeks passed, Grandpa's small act of kindness blossomed into a full-fledged community effort. He started hosting small gatherings at his home, inviting everyone over for tea, board games, and stories. He would organize community events, helping to raise money for local causes or simply bringing people together to enjoy each other's company. A new purpose, becoming a community hero. Grandpa's newfound purpose gave him energy he hadn't felt in years. He was no longer just passing time in solitude, he was actively making a difference. The people in the neighborhood began calling him the heart and soul of our community. He was no longer the lonely senior, he was a community hero, someone whose kindness and generosity had brought people together. Grandpa began volunteering at the local community center, teaching woodworking to children and helping organize charity events for local families in need. At 87, he was living a fuller, richer life than he had in decades. He wasn't waiting for life to pass him by anymore. He was living it to the fullest and inspiring others to do the same. The impact, more than just acts of service. Grandpa's story isn't just about shoveling snow or organizing events. It's about the power of connection. His act of kindness didn't just help the people around him, it changed his own life. He went from a man who felt isolated to someone who had built a community of love and support. His journey showed him that no matter your age, you have the ability to make a difference in the lives of others. His actions also showed the rest of us that community isn't just about living close to each other, it's about looking out for one another, showing up when it matters, and sharing kindness in any way we can. Grandpa George became a symbol of what it means to live with purpose and compassion, no matter how old you are. The takeaway: it's never too late to make a difference. Grandpa's transformation from a lonely senior to a community hero is a powerful reminder that it's never too late to make a change. No matter how isolated or disconnected you might feel, there's always a way to connect with others and make a positive impact. Whether it's offering a helping hand, organizing a community event, or simply showing kindness to those around you, you can be the change you want to see in the world. Grandpa didn't just change his own life, he transformed the entire neighborhood, one small act at a time. Are you ready to make a difference? Start today, and you might just find yourself becoming the hero your community needs.